So, dear devotees, I'm really grateful and I feel very honored to be with all of you. You have accepted the invitation to join today's chat. So the question here is the purpose why I'm visiting America is to promote the project called Bhaktivedanta University. You know that before Gopal Krishna Maharaj performed his Antelila in Dehradun, he had a question to me that Lila Purushottam, which one you want to do, the Dehradun temple project or Bhaktivedanta University project? So I told Maharaj, both we will do. You know, so I can So as I was telling that there are so many universities are there, so why we need to start another university? It has to be different. So you know that Prabhupada gave specific instructions to Bhakti Swarup Damodar Swami. What are research projects that we have? So research project, he said, Krishna consciousness is not a religion. It is a science. Establish it. That is the number one instruction. So if you look at that instruction, the grace of Guru and Krishna is the topmost science. And this is not some kind of faith. It is actually topmost science. And so when we say we have to establish a university, then this university has to be something that others are ignorant or not doing. So we must do that. So if you look at the foundation of this university is first is integrated study of mind, brain, consciousness, because that is our foundation. That when you look at this and this, in modern science, this is also matter, this is also matter. But this is not matter. This is mind, brain, consciousness together. Okay? And there is separability and inseparability. That comes Achintya Veda Veda Tattva. That simultaneously the conscious energy is pervading the entire body. So this is non-local. Okay? So non-local means that violates the scientific principles. Wanted, I don't know how many quote where he said that we need to and of course Brahmins, those who are Brahminical, they must train the next generation administrators and business people. So these are all our things. So this is what this university is going to do. It's created its own brand, right? So, but it's more than 100 years now, right? And forget about Stanford. If you look at Cambridge and Oxford, Cambridge was started 1209. So how many years? This is 900. And Oxford is before that. Okay? And if you look at also the Cambridge, it is until 17th, James Clerk Maxwell, until James Clerk Maxwell, that is 1700 something or 1800, when he brought the idea of electromagnetic wave and changed, because he is one of the greatest contributors to science. So if you look at until he came into picture, all professors were celibates. Even Sir Isaac Newton was a celibate. Right? And it has taken great sacrifice before Cambridge becoming Cambridge or Oxford becoming Oxford. Right? And when it was started, the church has immense influence. But they were not able to answer the questions. They were giving the stupid answer that earth is flat and hence if you go to the edge you will fall down. Right? This kind of stupid answer they were giving. And that is the reason why they started these universities. Right? But it's taken such a long time. And they are now invincible brand. Even big devotees, they say, if my son is getting into that university, they feel they have liberation already at 18. So trust will not be built there.
Sure.
See, if you believe that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the real doer of this Sankirtan movement, he is the boss, right? And he has already told that this will be 10,000 year movement. Okay, so in there 100, 200 years, 300 years is also small peanut, right? And we should be willing to put that effort. It's a seed.
Absolutely.
It's a seed that must grow and see the light. Okay, at some point of time, this university is established. Prabhupada is eternal. Do you believe? Yes or no? So Bhaktivedanta University will become also eternal, right? So, see, with my ideas, I have met many the capitalists who have a lot of money. They want to collaborate with me and start their university. I can happily start this, but why should I start that? Okay, so we have been benefited by Prabhupada and we have to give back. Prabhupada always, the way he started his movement, he said build institutes. He said don't make many disciples. If you cultivated 10 people, open a center, engage them in the service. Always he looked at institutes. Bhaktivedanta Institute. Similarly, Bhaktivedanta University, when I presented this to Radhanath Maharaj, he came to Gurukul, I think 6 months back, and Maharaj, after listening, he said exactly what you are doing is Bhaktivedanta Institute actually, but in a bigger framework. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so then closing comments is that why I am meeting all of you is that it is not possible that you conceive an idea. We have really worked very hard, but to run a world-class university, we need huge endowment. Of course, we are collecting funds, building infrastructure. We convinced one donor to help us to purchase 1,000 acres of land. Now in Gurukul, it is only 20-30 acres. The entire Gurukul campus is 70 acre, and so 30-40 acres. That's where you can't build a world-class university. You imagine Stanford, 8,000 acres of land, right? So if you really have to develop a world-class university, so we are getting land, we are getting infrastructure, but to run the world-class university means I have to have highly qualified people and I must give them proper salary, right? Proper facilities. Only then they will stay and do the research. Otherwise they will say, I will go to Bay Areas. I'll become another Balivardhan Prabhu. Right? I can't keep people there. So that's why we need research endowment. And our target for 5 years is 1,000 crore, 100 million. To raise 100 million dollar as a research endowment. Because once that research endowment is there, then I'll be able to hire the top class. Like for example, this Shekhar Sesadri. He's retired director of NIMHANS, right? But he's an expert musician. He's spiritually very inclined. He does spiritual practice. If I have to bring him, if I don't give him a proper package, why he would leave Bangalore, where he is now settled, and come to Vrindavan, right? So the idea here is that I have to have this research endowment fund where I can hire the best. We will not compromise on that. Best, wherever they are. For example, our Pranab Prabhu, Ferdinando Sardella. If I give him proper salary, I'm 100% sure he will leave the Stockholm University and will join the Bhaktivedanta, or Ishwar Krishna, Theodore. So if I am giving, so they will all come and join, right? So this is where I wanted to convey a message that help us in some way, right? How we can generate. See, I'm not, while saying this, I'm not really placing any obstacle in the development of local preaching or local temple development, because those money will come from a different source, because they are, they have some certain sukruti, certain faith. But education everybody likes. And education, because this research endowment is for giving scholarship to the PhDs, fellowship to the postdoctoral students, and chair professor. So people know that my money is going for a development of the society.
Without going into the essence of it. Now, the two senses, if you start believing the way you were saying, that it's all axiom. Everything no, actually could be an axiom, that's one, but it could also be an interpretation issue.
No, right? Say it is axiom until you experience yourself, right? So the research is, it is like becoming a guinea pig and developing these ideas. So we are doing experimentation on the matter. Before a robot is built, an automobile is built, so many models have been experimented. It has gone through many things before it has become a reality. So exactly similar way, this is a process. And in fact, anybody who says, I know the truth, you must doubt him or her. Truth is not, nobody can say that I know the truth. But the whole idea I try to understand is that we are taking the paradigm of empiric science, which studies the naturalism of the existence in so many ways, and they are floating so many ideas to us, and we are simply, yes, devotees have faith in Harinam, they chant, but beyond that we start speculating. For example, I gave one idea to one of the person who just completed his thesis on astronomy, Surya Siddhanta. I told him that first create an observatory and capture the light of the pole star. Because we know that Polster is not a material planet. It's a spiritual planet. So can we capture the light? And so that this light is different from the light that you get from sun or other stars. People, see, there will be always some anomaly here and there, but there is a process. Empiric science has really flourished, and our devotees are doing. They are sending their children to all these universities to do empiric science. So, empiric science has become buzzword within the current civilization. And utility is the principle. Can we use the same methodologies of empiric science and we go deeper into our axioms that are available in our literature? And this is the need of the... And Prabhupada, you want, I can give you the instruction of Prabhupada, what he gave to Bhaktivedanta Institute. I don't know how many of you know, Prabhupada said that the Bhaktivedanta Institute is 50% of ISKCON.
Wow.
So he gave so much of importance to the research. Scholar.
I was just saying that, I was just thinking that usually in science we take a research hypothesis and then we investigate. And then if there is evidence against the null, then we reject the null. So in this case, we take the research hypothesis from the Shastras.
Right.
And then we investigate it using the scientific methodology,
Yeah.
depending on what the evidence.
That is the need. You see that what is death, right? You have heard about, there is a book yesterday while writing this, what is death, 2 days back, I was quoting Journey Home of Radhanath Maharaj, where he says that in Rishikesh area one yogi came and 40 doctors came with stethoscope, ECG and everything, and they declared this yogi is clinically dead. But after 40 minutes he came back, is as normal as possible, right? And same thing also the Adi Shankaracharya did. He expanded himself from his body. That means in yogic practice you have the ability to withdraw your consciousness from your body and confine it to the chakras. And then you can, because a yogi can always inhabit 8 people together, 8 living entities together. This is there in our literature. So he entered into the body of the Prince Rajkumar because he was in debate with Mandan Mishra, and then Mandan Mishra's wife said, you have to fight with me, you have to debate with me because I am his Ardhangini. Unless you defeat me, you are not winner. So all these things are there, right? So the question here is, I found a paper in 1973 by Kothari. It's published in a journal that where he actually documents the work where a yogi has gone through the clinical death, but after some time he comes back and his consciousness again manifests throughout the body. These are all there, right? So we should not be see what is happening. You see that many of our devotees at some point of time, when they are not progressing spiritually, what they are doing, they are mostly speculating, or their spiritual growth is decaying, and they are becoming again the victim of the material life. See, what is material life? That means you are expanding you are trying to expand your material consciousness and contracting your spiritual consciousness. Whereas what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said is that you have to expand your spiritual consciousness and contract your material consciousness. Okay? So although we are given this only a wonderful treasure of Krishna consciousness, but the application is after some time we are getting reversed. So, so university project is different. In fact, this is a university. We are saying exactly what Prabhupada said in Bhaktivedanta Institute. Whatever the guidelines Prabhupada gave, we are only taking that and putting in the Bhaktivedanta University. That's all. See, the first thing is that this university will have, it will give the degree. It can carry out research and give award PhD degree, award master's degree, award undergraduate degree. So it's a wonderful opportunity for ISKCON to have a. Recently I met Jayapataka Maharaj. He was very happy, and his only concern that why you are establishing university in Vrindavan where Prabhupada wanted in Mayapur. Right. So I showed, and then Maharaj said, yes, I know that. Maharaj knows everything very clearly. So, yes, Prabhupada has clear cut. You see, we do not want to do anything because I want it. We always want to do things that are significant direction from our founder Acharya, that is Srila Prabhupada. And this university we are establishing with that. In fact, when I presented this university idea in 2011 to GBC body, entire GBC embraced me. But of course,
when I requested Dr. Mr. Pu from the Ministry of Education, we wanted to collaborate. So, Art of Living and various organizations.
Art of Living also
They
got
have-
their university now approved in the Bangalore.
Yeah, as well as what they have done is, in corporate world, certain modules are created, let's say stress management, there are relationship management, decision making power.
Yeah, those
So those
certificate
things-
programs are given, diploma programs are given.
So basically it has very embedded culture within that. It's very calculated. It's not about preaching the goal and Hare Krishna and God, not like that, but giving the reality, and it is also connecting where the source is coming from. It's a very gradual manner. So my question is, one is, we are Bhaktivedanta University planning in that directions to create module to sell to corporate.
That will be done, obviously.
That will be done for them. And second one is also, many students, for example, if you calculate in America, we have 5.3 in 20 years ago, then it is 2.1 or maybe less on religious studies, total America. It is going down to who gets the certification, like bishops, priests from either from Christianity, Islam or Hindus. So there is one part, but the 99 or 95% is the people who are reading the secular education. So is there any possibility we create a one-on-one module that some people may be interested? Oh, I don't want to be pursuing as a career path in religion, but I wanted to expose some aspects of religiosity on Hinduism or Gaudiya Vaishnavism. So one course module, let's say a couple of hours, then you give it to Harvard or Stanford. They can be accredited by the university and then learn something for that. Is that any idea?
No, these are all possibilities are there. All of you come and be part of the university. You become the university faculty. Okay, we will have very liberal approach of how to take those who are having a long time investment in understanding or practice and understanding the consciousness as it is. Obviously, all of you will have certain talent that you would like to share, and of course university will be a platform to help you to reach out to different audience altogether. Yes. Yeah, these are all possibilities.
So, in the modern world, there is often a conception that somehow science can explain everything. So,
No, the real scientists, they don't believe that.
yes. So,
What is that why it has much traction is that they feel that here there is no Swami sitting there and selling or dictating me to do what I have to do, right? What they feel is that I have a freedom, academic freedom, Universities give academic freedom, right? And hence I can do anything that I like, right? So that's the real USP. But you see that no two researchers, they agree on a common ground on most of the cases. Okay.
I was going to suggest that because there is a department of philosophy also, under that if there can be teaching about the scope of science. Because if science can explain everything, that itself is a philosophy called scientism. Right? So science definitely has utility.
These are all, see, when faculty would come, they have the freedom to create different courses. See, it's a university, it's not, every faculty would like to teach a course. How do you learn a subject? By teaching, right? And developing that course. So, university has all these possibilities. I'm now 60. When I die, I don't know. I have reached my fag end of life. So I just I'm working so hard just that the legacy is left. Let people come, take interest in our Bhagavad Gita, and do research. See, it has a lot of application. 3 things we have already taken into. First is the agriculture. Food security, food safety are still the main concern of the world. Okay? So, second is healthcare. I told you about Ayurveda and other, the mind, brain, consciousness, mental care, all those things. And third is environment. These are all direct impact of what research you do. Possibilities. I am looking forward to see all of you as part of tutors and teachers within the Bhaktivedanta University.
Thank you. Hari Om.